You are listening to the Money Hour on 1150 AM KKNW, the Friday 5th virtual show, still running our show virtually. You can also listen to us on podcast, catch us on air on Saturday at 3 p.m. with a rebroadcast on Sunday at 8 a.m. I am your host, Tina Mitchell.
And I'm your co-host, Keelan Harvey.
It is a great day to talk about money, and that's what the show is all about, how to make money, save money, so you can have a better quality of life for you and your family. And now back in studio, we have Ariel Hubbard of Hubbard Health Solutions. Safe self-care during COVID, right here on 1150 AM KKNW. Ariel, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me, Tina and Keelan.
Absolutely. And a little bit about Ariel. She has worked as a practitioner in holistic health fields since 1988. And now teaches in-person and online continued education, as well as providing in-person and long-distance treatments in massage, energy work, and clinical hypnotherapy. As an author, she has written over 85 courses, 2 books and articles on Massage Magazine and Massage Today. She has facilitated healing work with clients, students, and medical professionals in clinical, academic, and corporate settings. Ariel has mentored massage therapists, healers, and health practitioners since 1995, guiding them along their path of personal development and empowerment. She is a licensed massage therapist, registered clinical hypnotherapist, and Reiki master teacher.
Hi, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. I wanted to share some information and ideas for all the people out there about how to take care of themselves during COVID, because it's a huge issue. Everybody has to make their choices about whether they're going to stay inside, not go out and be safe, or if they're going to go out. So I wanted to give some ideas about how can people address being safe during this time. And the self-care shows up on physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. So we have different things that we can do to take care of those things. And Tina, did you want me to give you some ideas about what?
Yeah, I think Keelan's going to ask you the first question here.
Great, cool.
So, and I can imagine your work is so important right now, considering this COVID thing's stressful, and when stress happens, people react to that in different ways. So tell us, Ariel, how do people practice safe self-care right now during this COVID pandemic?
Well, there are a couple of things they can do, like in terms of taking care of themselves emotionally, physically, on those different levels. They could go get a massage from somebody who practices proper infection control, or they could get they could do online care with a psychotherapist. They could get some proper exercise. In terms of how I help people, I help them. A lot of people are not getting enough touch right now because nobody's hugging. Touch is an actual need that people have. It's a thing that is real, and therapeutic massage provides safe self-touch and healing for people. You can also massage yourself too. So there's massage you can do where you take care of yourself. If you don't feel like you want to go and work with somebody, you can do that also.
Yeah. So, Ariel, let's talk about why self-care is so important, especially right now.
Because people are not getting their needs met, right? So people need human interaction. They need to feel like they can win. They need to feel like they can go express themselves or interact or do business or make money. You know, all these psychological needs that people have. And people are experiencing a huge amount of loss right now. A lot of loss of their freedom. They may have lost someone, people have passed on in their families. They may have lost income. They may have lost opportunities and the ability just to get out of your house and go do stuff. And we all know, all the parents out there homeschooling like me, we all know that you've lost a lot because your child's not in school. And so people need something to balance that out with all that loss and difficulty and sadness and doom scrolling. We need something that gives us a win, something that uplifts us, something that, helps us experience something positive in our life. It's a way to balance out.
I feel really lucky. London has been in daycare. She's in a small little daycare. There's only like 6 kids there. And so she's been there. And so I have my space at home, but she's worked at home with me a couple days. And there was a stint when it first happened that can create a lot of stress for people. I mean, you're trying to do something and then you're also trying to appease your child. And imagine having a couple, and I have friends with kids. It's really tough right now for them. So I think one of the concerns for people might be about making sure that they're safe. So tell us a little bit about how you make sure that your clients are safe.
So what you just expressed, like all that stress goes right in your neck and shoulders, right, Keelan? And so what I do is, number one, I've been vaccinated. I also empowered a lot of my colleagues to get vaccinated. Number two, I practice proper infection control. That means fever checks. That means using hospital grade disinfection in my treatment space. It's also, I'm using a UVC light to disinfect, actually to sterilize my treatment room in between treatments. And I also do that for all the spaces where people come and go. So a lot of disinfection going on, very stringent processes for safety, screening, just to make sure that people who come to see me don't have symptoms, don't have a fever, haven't been places where they, aren't helpful for anyone. And then making sure that everybody is aligned up with those processes. So, and it's pretty standard. If you go to a dental office, you go to a doctor's office, you go to a hospital, they're doing the same things that I'm doing. I carefully researched all the questions before I implemented them in my practice.
So, Ariel, what kind of results do people have when working with you? Can you share a little bit about that?
That's a great question. So I ask people, what's your stress level coming in? What's your pain level coming in? And I usually get somewhere between a 50 to 90% change. People feel a lot better after they get treated. They say, I feel human again. The weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I can walk now. I mean, these are different things people say because they're storing all that pain, anxiety, stress from COVID in their body. And then basically I help them get all that stuff out and they just feel so much better.
I think people don't need to forget about themselves and treat themselves and their bodies and their health. I've actually recently especially spent some time on eating a little bit better because I fell into that trap, the default like COVID-20, where you just eat what you want, do what you want, and woe is me. And like I found now that I've actually kind of treated myself, and I would be certain that massage would fall right in there. I just feel it's a lot better, quite frankly. That's just a downward spiral of not helping yourself to feel better. So I can imagine that's really important for people.
It's really interesting you mentioned that. If you don't take care of yourself and all of a sudden you start taking care of yourself, you really feel different. All the sitting that people are doing and all the Zoom meetings people are doing, they're literally getting stress in their spines, their lower back, like all different parts of their body that normally wouldn't have issues because they're just sitting around. They're not getting blood flow. They're not getting lymphatic circulation. They're not getting movement in their body. And that right there, that depresses mood. So anything you can do, improve diet, getting a massage, taking a walk, having a nice conversation, talking to other great people like on today's show, learning new stuff about money. Like you guys had some great information. Those are all great ways. You got to stimulate your mind. You got to stimulate your heart. You need to stimulate your spirit if that's taking a moment to be calm. The other thing that massage helps people do is reduce anxiety and helps them calm down. I also help people balance and clear their energy. So that also helps them be calm and then they feel so much better.
Yeah, so true. I mean, just think back the last time you've had a massage, and there's nothing better when you literally just feel so calm and so much has been released that you literally can just fall asleep right there. Yeah, I always tell people it's important to have those refreshes, just to take a few seconds and do nothing throughout the day so that you can create that space, and massage is just taking it to another level. So, Ariel, your credentials speak for themselves. I mean, all the courses, 80 plus courses, you teach other experts in your space how to level up what they're doing, and you wrote books. But how long have you been in your industry? How long have you had your practice for?
So I've been practicing massage for 26 years.
Yeah.
And I feel good about it.
Hey,
and
I'm 26 years mortgage. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, we started the same time.
We started the same time, 1995.
Yeah. And I've been doing energy work for 32 years. and I've taught to about 6,000 people in the field, lay people and professionals. I love what I do. It never gets old. Hearing somebody go, oh, that feels so great. It feels so much better. There's nothing like it. I love sharing love and making people feel better, and then helping them have the lives that they want to live and just feel, you know, like they can concentrate, they can be efficient. I mean, I love helping the CPA so he can go back and do all the tax returns he needs to do, or helping the athlete recover from an injury so they feel better, or just the mom who's losing her mind, you know, from homeschooling, or the dad, and then just helping them like feel like they can get their moment and then start over again and just deal with their lives and feel better. It's a great feeling. Love it.
Ariel, you'd be very proud of me. I have crystals all over my house. Angela got into it, and yeah, I mean, they're everywhere, all over my house, next to my bed, my front door, my fireplace, you know, energy. Yes, to clear your energy, positive energy, absorb other people's energy. Yeah, so awesome.
That's awesome.
Professional. Look at that. So I'm curious, I'm sure a lot of other people are too. Unfortunately, we're down to 1 minute, but do you take insurance? And how do people reach you?
That's a great question. So they can go to arielhubbard.com. That's Ariel like the Little Mermaid, and Hubbard like Hubbard Media, hubbardbroadcasting.com. I'm not related though. Oh, well, but so they can, I take HSA and FSA cards. Those are the cards that a lot of people have through their insurance companies. And I also do super billing. So they can, some people's insurance, I can super bill so they can get reimbursed for the services. So that's a way that they can connect with me. And yeah, if they go to arielhubbard.com, they'll find a way so that they can text or email me if they want an appointment, and they can check out what I do.
Wonderful. Ariel, thank you so much for coming into our virtual studio. Always a pleasure to interview you.
Thanks for having me.